we're placing a lot of pain in every direction. It will hurt our employees, it will hurt our students, it will hurt our constituents, those who pay the taxes in this district, and I think that's not been the case. Most years, one or more of those groups have had pain and suffering, but not all. And this is all, as I see it. And I don't think, as others said, that this is likely to get better in the immediate future. I think the proposals in Harrisburg to, quote, solve or even mitigate the pension crisis are a bit of a sham. Especially the Cowers proposal, which just simply shoves that problem down the road again. Obviously, that was done in the prior administration, and it's just not a good idea, in my opinion, because it doesn't solve the problem. But all that said, I think we do need to pass a proposed final budget. What a horrible set of words put together, but that's what it's called, next week, so that we can have the 30 days for public inspection and time for us to continue to review the budget and pass a budget in a timely fashion so that the tax bills go out in a reasonable time frame. And I don't think we can count on Harrisburg to come forth with any kind of a budget that we will know the answers then, so we're going to have to kind of roll the dice there, even if we don't choose to roll the dice as Mr. Casper has offered. So yes, I will support that next week when we take the vote.
Bill, I have one other question. It has to do with this referendum. Just exactly how does that go and when does it have to be run?
It's a referendum exception for which we applied. We had applied that in March.
There is no public vote.
There's no public. Is Dave still on? You can't connect. Oh.
Yeah, you talked about, the expenditures reduced with the proposed personnel changes, so when are they going to be announced?
Well, I'm going to figure them, I believe I'm going to figure them into the PDE 2028 when you get for the voting, so Mrs. Gopuski and I will be working on that.
So it'll be after the vote then?
No, it'll be before the vote.
Okay.
I believe that was the direction, correct? It'll be before the vote.
Can I just say one more thing?
I guess.
Thanks. With Dr. Yarnell for saying that the first time in his time on the board that it's shared across the board, we need to, I would like to see us maybe put that out there because, it's shared for a little bit, but we need everybody to share. There's, all of our parts have to share. And, keep referencing the two contracts. And I'm not saying, those folks have to be part of this too. And I know we're doing that, okay? But we keep coming back to our benefit situation, which I know we can't talk about here. But, there's more sharing. There's a couple places that could share a little more meat. That's all I want to say.
Well, when you mentioned that, because I was going to say the same thing, and I know Rob's sitting back there, so I don't want to, if I say something out of line, Rob, just stop me. But, I mean, we all know that healthcare is changing. I mean, with the Affordable Care Act and all that's going on, and I can assure you that we are working on that with our support staff and with our teachers group, and that's what I was going to say. There will be some sharing of pain. I certainly hope so as we go through this process. So, while Barry's suggestion is something we could do this year, I think going forward we're going to have to get some savings, more savings there, just in the actual plans themselves. So. Is that okay, Rob, to say what I just
Perfect.
just going to throw anything at me. All right. Oh, Peter.
My comment, Mr. Casper, was in large part directed concerning students, because there certainly have been sacrifices other places previously, but I believe in this budget, students will sacrifice more to a much greater degree than they ever have in the past, in the sense that they will face fewer classes, larger classes, fewer opportunities perhaps, and that concerns me.
Is there any other board members want to make final comments? I'll open it up then to. Well, wait, we're just gonna, we have comments from the audience?
Robert Linden, West Rock Hill. Here it is, May 1st. We come to this meeting, and then I hear charter schools. We could save $1.8 million, and then the IU is $3 million. And yet, when you're asked the question, how many students go to charter schools, you don't even know the answer. It's kind of late to be suggesting things you don't know anything about. I like Mr. Deming's suggestion that you analyze these things to see what the potential in savings is. This is what you should be doing for everything, instead of trying to guess it at the last minute. Thank you.
Thanks.
Michael Gilman, Percy Borough.
I'm sorry, would you say?
Michael Gilman, Percy Borough.
Thank you.
Actually, to the point where you're talking about with someone's, I guess, is sharing the pain, with the negotiations for the contracts, if for some reason, it does come out where the teachers do, or the teachers union does have to do an increase to benefits cost, would a revised budget then come out afterward to show what kind of increase to savings in the healthcare or anything else like that would be? I don't know if you understand the question or not.
Well, no, we can't, I mean, the budget is the budget once
Sure,
it's passed.
right.
I mean, obviously, if we settle the contract and the healthcare, there's savings, then what would happen is that would end up hopefully with some savings over what we budgeted to help us next year.
Right, and would that be presented or in some sort of analysis after the contract is signed so the public would see what kind of offset that would be?
Sure, yes, we could do that.
And another question, Dr. Yarnell had mentioned something about, well, he's not comfortable with the state getting $600,000. Seacamp Medical is moving out of Percy, and I don't know if that means they're moving out of Pennridge School District as well.
They're moving to Telford.
Is that
I'm not
Pennridge?
sure.
I don't know if that's
read that they're
Pennridge School
moving-
District or not.
I read that they're moving to Telford, but I'm not sure if they're still in Pennridge. because
Right,
part of-
and I guess that's a question, I know the question there would be, what would be the impact of revenue with them moving out as well? Just wanted to make that aware as well. So, thank you.
Yeah, I had asked Mrs. Johnson too, because to kind of figure out how much of our tax base is business, because I think, that's the other problem is I think we're still more rural, we don't have a lot of business to support us, and that even makes it worse, so. Anybody else? Okay, if not, I guess we can adjourn this meeting. The next finance meeting will be, and it'll be a joint meeting with facilities next Wednesday. And then we will also have a special board meeting to vote on the proposed final budget. And then tonight, we're having an executive session for personnel matters and a super executive, do we have to announce that too? And a super executive session, so still got a lot of work to do.
What is the order of the meetings on the 7th?
A lot of work to do at the last
If we have to review
Facilities, finance, special board.
special board relapse.
Are we taking a 5-minute break?
Sure.
Thanks.
Everybody's